Lisa here with May Dream Rose, and I'm going to share with you how I painted this background with three colors, the three primary colors, and got this background. Isn't this such a fun card? Uh, I will say the stamp does most of the work. The stamp is from Tailored Expressions, and then I added some of the stars on, and the Celebrate I stamped and then scan and cut it out, and I did that to 10, so I did like 10 at once, so I have like 10 of these all ready to go. And that's what one looks like. I just stamped it and then had my silhouette like print and cut it out, and then I'll put it right on the card. So let's get started. I'm really excited for this because this is such a fun background to make. I start with a white canvas. I'm using, this is watercolor that I just picked up at, I think, Walmart actually. And I'm using lemon yellow. So this is the Dollar Ronnie brand. And Walmart sells it. I don't know. Anyways, I'm sure you can get it on Amazon too if you don't want to go to Walmart. This one is primary blue. And you don't need a whole lot, but I like to use this. I like to use a lot because then I have, but you don't need, like, if you were to use, if I were using Daniel Smith, I would use like a dot. So that's the difference in the cheaper paint and the more expensive paint is you have to use more with the more paint for less expensive paint to get the same thing. So anyways, to start, I'm just putting one line here. I'm not going all the way down. I don't want to go all the way down. And I'm kind of working in a triangle. In my mind, I'm working in a triangle. And some are longer, some are shorter, some can be about the same length. And the thing with this is that you do have to work kind of fast. So you don't want to let this dry too much. And now I'm going to go in with my red, and I'm going to paint my red just right on top of it. And then you can kind of see this orangey reddish thing kind of working there. I like that. Okay. And eventually, you just keep uh, adding color. And again, you don't want them all the same length. So, like, I might go back here and make this blue touch that red. And then you see how the colors are moving into one another. And that's the magic of this. So now I'm going to keep going with my blue. I love this color blue. It's always amazing how you can find really cheap art materials and get really beautiful colors. Art is for everyone. You don't have to spend a lot of money on materials if you don't have to. Why do that if you don't have to? There's a glob of watercolor. So there. And I'm getting kind of purple stuff, but that's okay. And I do want a lot more yellow, so I'm going to have to add some, I'm going to add a couple things of blue. This is very intuitive. You don't have to, I'm not thinking about this. I'm just painting with color. I'm just saying, oh, blue would go nice here. And I know that yellow is kind of like my color that meshes everything together. So however you want to make that work is what you do. This is actually, I came up with the way to do this, but Lisa Cogden with the Creative Bug class, I think in her sketchbook exploration class, she did this with markers. And I just decided to kind of change it up a little bit and do watercolor. And now I'm not afraid to go over the colors at all because I want that blending. I almost want it to look childlike. Like when I was designing this card, I was thinking, oh, this is perfect for a kid's card or something more fun and playful than like a floral card or something that you would give maybe to your friend. This would be more kid friendly. And I do take my time with the yellow because I want it to look painterly. I don't want it to look like I'm just putting on paint at this point. I'm I'm being a little more strategic on where I'm placing my color, and I want my color to run. And yellow is a great color to just kind of meld this all together because it's so bright and vibrant. And watercolors, that's what you're supposed to do with watercolors, is make these colors nice and vibrant. I think my yellow, see, look at that. I used all that yellow in my palette, which is fine. But there you go. That is one way, and you could play. You don't. I would say one layer. Don't go back and play with it. Just keep it as it is. It's a background. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you don't like it, flip it over, paint it again, and and keep playing with the colors. This is a great way to learn your colors. So I just got some new watercolor, liquid watercolor from Tailored Expressions. I'm probably going to do the same thing just to play with the colors and see what happens. And that's how we learn. So once we get this dried, I would stamp it, stamp the background. The background stamp is really big, so it will totally fit this whole thing. Stamp it with black ink. I use black archival ink because that's what I have on hand. And then I just added this and then the stars, which I think I got these stars at Michael's or Joann's during Christmas, maybe, but I bet they're around all the time. But I bought them a couple years ago and I just always find uses for those cute little cards. So, anyways, I hope that this tutorial was helpful. I hope that you try this background. It's really fun. Look at all the different variations and colors and the blues that you get. I got some purple going on. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's so fun to paint with. And um, it looks like a piece of art. You don't, I mean, really, it does. And then when you put the stamp on the background, it just makes it really, really pretty. So give this a try. I'd love to see how your creations turn out and keep creating. And thanks for watching.